unit analysis. I think that this is probably one of the harder sections of this chapter. And the reason why is that you guys haven't seen a lot of this in a few years. Okay, so you need one of these little guys. Alright, so hang on to these charts because you are going to want to have it for the test on Tuesday. Okay, so don't lose that. If you lose it, you're not going to have it for the test because that's not going to be very fun. Alright, so when we talk unit analysis, what we're talking about is a couple different things. If I am driving 250 miles, and I do it in 3 hours. Okay? When I divide these, it's going to give me miles per hour. Right? So divide that. You're going to want your calculators out today. There's going to be a lot of calculating. 83.3 miles per hour. So basically, they were speeding. Or sometimes we also use it to see if we get a good deal. Okay? If say we've got a big sale going on and you can get 3 shirts for $25. What would we have to do to get dollars per shirt? Divide what? Yeah, we got to go $25 per the number of shirts. What is it? So what? $8.30 per shirt? Yeah, that's a heck of a deal. I'd go to that sale. Okay, so that's one way that we do unit analysis. Another way that we do it is when we're converting one unit into another. Okay, so if we're going days to hours, how many days? Well, what's my conversion for days to hours? 1 day equals 24 hours. Yep. How about quarts to gallons? There you go. 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. How about pounds to tons? Oh, not quite. 2,000 pounds. There you go. 2,000 pounds, and that's what that LB stands for. Is 1 ton. So if I tell you that out in the wild there's a 3-ton elephant, how much does that elephant weigh in pounds? 6,000 pounds. Okay, and then if you remember from way back when, converting metric stuff, okay, so if I'm going, how many kilograms are there in a gram? 1,000. Yep. Deci means 10, centi means 100, milli means 1,000. So if I've got 1,000 milligrams, how many grams is that? 1, yep. How many milliliters in a liter? 1,000, yep. And if I'm just going from centi to milli, I just have to move it, add what? Add a 0, yeah. what was the mnemonic that you guys learned? I learned like kangaroos hopping down something. Yeah, kangaroos hopping down the mountain drinking chocolate milk. Somebody else said something like king white drinking chocolate milk. There's another one, yeah. But I did kangaroos hopping. Alright, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to talk about how to convert minutes into hours, hours into minutes, all of that different stuff. Okay, sometimes we'll have to do more than one. So, centimeters to meters. This is how we're going to set these up. If I've got 1,000 or 1,250 centimeters, I'm going to take that, so 1,250 centimeters, and I'm going to put it over 1. Girls, I need you to take notes with us, please. I would have asked you that before. Okay, times. Okay, so times, now I'm going to make another one. If centimeters is on top, centimeters, it's always going to be opposite. So I'm going to put centimeters on the bottom. And what am I converting it to? Meters. Okay, now I'm going to find my conversion, and it's on your conversion sheet. How many centimeters are in a meter? 100. So under centimeters is 100 centimeters and 1 meter. Okay, so now we multiply across. What do I have on top? Got 1,250 on top. I've got 100 on the bottom, so now I divide.
12.5.
I have 12.5 what? Meters. So we just leave it meters. Okay, because our centimeters are going to cancel. Boom, boom, and I'm left with meters. Yes, sir.
Can't you just like move the decimal point?
Yes, but wait until we get to something a little bit different. Okay? Let's say I've got meters to feet. Alright, flip your page. Now there's no moving decimal. Okay, now you've got a crazy conversion. 1 meter equals 3.28 feet. Right? So now I've got to go 1,450 feet over 1 times, now where do my feet go? On the bottom. So what's going to go on top? The meters, right? And now we can fill in the conversion. It says 1 meter, so 1 goes with my meter, so 3.28 feet. And so one's on top, one's on bottom, I have to, what do I do, multiply or divide? Divide. If one's on top and one's on the bottom, guys, because if I were to go, I'm trying to give you a shortcut here, because if I were to go across, I'd get 1,450 on top, 3.28 on the bottom, so we have to divide. To do that, punch it into your calculator, just stare at me. 442.07 what? Meters. We just converted it into meters. I want you to round it to 2 decimal places. Okay? Always go 2 decimal places. Alright, so you are taking a trip to Europe. Okay? And you have to go to the bank and exchange your money into euros. Okay? So $1 equals 0.63 euros. I'm going to the bank with $325. Let's see how much that's worth overseas. Okay? So So $325 over 1 times, now where are my dollars going to go, top or bottom? Bottom, and my euros go on top, and my rate is $1.63 euros. Okay, now if they're both on top, what do we get? What do I have to do? Multiply or divide? Multiply if they're both on top. What do I get? I don't think so. And not $204.75. It's 204.75 euros. Okay, so when you exchange that, your money's not worth as much when you go overseas. But let's say we're going to Mexico. I just do this off to the side and raise down a little extra space. $1 equals, what was it? I just looked it up this morning because it changes. 19.69 pesos. Okay, so you and your family, you're going to Mexico for a vacation. How much money do you want to take? How much spending money are you going to take? $1,000? All right. All right, so I have $1,000. I'm going to exchange it at the border. Over 1. Huh? Sure. Okay, so times, okay, my dollars have to go on the bottom. My pesos go on top. $1 equals 19.69 pesos. All of a sudden, my $1,000 turns into $19,690 pesos. So you're walking through the market and you want a little trinket or a ring, and they're like 20 pesos. You're like, I'm not paying you $20 for that. I don't know, this isn't worth $20. Really, it's pretty close. 20 pesos is about $1 is really all they're charging you for that. Okay? So it's good to know exchange rates a little bit. Alright, now, sometimes, most of the time, we get stuff in miles per hour, right? And sometimes we need to change that to like feet per second or something like that. Okay? So, I don't like that problem. We're going to change that problem a little bit. If I'm on the treadmill and I am running 6 miles per hour. Okay, we'll jog on the treadmill at 6 miles per hour. We're going to change that to feet per second. All right, so if we write this, we write it as 6 miles per, because per means to divide, 1 hour. Okay. The first thing I always do is I convert my miles into feet. So miles, I've got miles on the bottom, feet on the top. What's my conversion? It's in front of you. This one? 5,280 feet in 1 mile. All right, now I have hours, but I need to get hours into what? Seconds. So hours are on the bottom. Where does hours have to go? On the How many minutes in an hour? 60 minutes in 1 hour. So now I'm at minutes, but I need it in seconds. So minutes is on the bottom. Minutes has got to go on top. Seconds on the bottom. 60 seconds in 1 minute. What do I get on top? 31,000 what? 680 over 3,600 because you gotta take 60 times 60. Okay, and when I divide those out, I have what is it? So 8.8 feet per second is what I'm covering at 6 miles per hour. Okay? The only other thing that we need to talk about is sometimes you can't go straight from one conversion to another. So let's say I'm trying to figure out 3 days, and I'm trying to figure out how many seconds are in my 3 days. Okay? I'm going to have to go from days to what? Yeah, so 3 days. 2 days. Hours to minutes, and minutes to seconds. So how many hours in a day? 24 hours in a day. How many minutes in an hour? 60 minutes in an hour. And how many seconds in a minute? 60 seconds in a minute. So all my numbers are on top. So I'm taking 3 times 24 times 60 times 60. $2,059 or 259,200 seconds.